Real Madrid enters the 2025 preseason in a state that mixes hope with apprehension. The strategic shift was clear. After Carlo Ancelotti's departure and the appointment of Xabi Alonso, there was hope for a more dynamic, renewed team aligned with the modern philosophy the former midfielder had successfully implemented at Bayer Leverkusen. Xabi Alonso was known for transforming a modest squad into an extremely effective tactical machine. His game model emphasized possession with verticality, intelligent space occupation, and numerical superiority in transitions. He deployed a back three, wide fullbacks, and technical pivots in midfield to control the rhythm of matches. His teams knew how to press high and drop back intelligently, and they were also strong on set pieces. At Real Madrid, however, he is trying to adapt this same model, but is facing structural and tactical resistance. The squad has yet to fully internalize his concepts, and the disconnect between midfield and defense has been critical.
Boniface across it goes, and there is Frimpong. Goodness me, how easy was that?
Carey seeing the run, back in, beautiful stuff. Boniface scores. Of course, he tried earlier, but he's done it.
Boniface on the break. It's looking dangerous. Just look what he can do.
The Meisterschale in Leverkusen's hands for the first time.
The legacy of Ancelotti weighs heavily in this context. Despite winning another La Liga title, Carleto left the team with recurring defensive issues, especially in transition. His final season in charge was marked by a powerful attack but a frequently exposed backline. Militao struggled with injuries. Nacho couldn't maintain a high level, and the left-back position became a chronic problem. This structural imbalance was not resolved, and now Xabi faces the challenge of maintaining offensive volume without sacrificing defensive stability. The European humiliation came in the first 25 minutes, when PSG scored 3 goals, 2 from Fabian Ruiz and 1 from Dembele, all exploiting glaring defensive errors from players like Asensio and Rudiger. Gonzalo Ramos sealed the score late in the match, marking a tactical and technical collapse. PSG, who had already won the Champions League weeks earlier, showed they have evolved into a balanced and hungry team, surpassing Real Madrid as the benchmark in Europe.
Asensio, but he's dilly-dallied here, and did Courtois foul? Doesn't matter anyway, because Fabian Ruiz, mistake, Dembele, fleet-footed, takes his big chance, and Paris Saint-Germain, Madrid, Fabian Ruiz in for his second. What about this for a scoreline now? Keeping it alive. Oh, that's it. Good luck. Gonzalo Ramos seals Paris Saint-Germain's place.
European headlines didn't spare Madrid. Humiliation, harmless, and soulless were common phrases. Spanish press directly blamed Xabi Alonso for the catastrophic result. El País emphasized a lack of collective commitment and poor ball circulation, failures that show the team, while talented, still lacks identity. The Guardian noted Alonso still faces a monumental task to fix deep structural inconsistencies. A decisive point was the tactical choice. Xabi deployed an offensive trio of Mbappé, Gonzalo Garcia, and Vinicius Jr. without defensive balance, a strategy seen as rushed and poorly executed. Bellingham, previously injured, didn't feature and will now be out for another 10-12 weeks following shoulder surgery. Beyond the defeat, the psychological toll was massive. Mbappé, who left PSG recently and arrived in Madrid as a Galactico, was invisible in both matches against his former club. The criticism was brutal. 310 rating didn't show up according to L'Equipe. Vinicius Jr. too has lost momentum with discrete performances and visibly below par physical form. PSG president Nasser Al-Khelaifi didn't miss the chance to aim at Mbappé and, indirectly, Real Madrid. He reminded everyone that PSG overcame their dependency on Mbappé, winning the Champions League without him, and now Real Madrid was feeling the same fragility. For years, PSG suffered from relying on just one player. Now, it's Real Madrid who feels that. He also stated that it's easier to score in La Liga than in Ligue 1. Another pointed jab. Internally, urgent decisions are being made. Rodrigo is losing space and is expected to leave, as he no longer fits the attack's profile amid new signings and a rebuild focus. The defense will also see changes. The arrival of 20-year-old Dutch centre-back Dean Huijsen and Trent Alexander-Arnold is likely to end Mendy's time. Fran Garcia is set to remain, while Carvajal is dealing with chronic injuries and will be used sparingly. Ferland Mendy is no longer in the club's plans and is available for sale. Additionally, the club is monitoring the market for another centre-back and a defensive midfielder with passing ability. Club legends like Modric and Lucas Vazquez closed their cycles at the Club World Cup. Modric, after 17 years at the club, has a future at Milan. Vazquez said farewell to the pitch in Madrid. Cruz retired more than a year ago. These transitions mark not only renewal but increase the pressure on Xabi to find winning schemes and a competitive mindset for the coming season. Xabi Alonso, for his part, acknowledges the gap between his tactical ideal, short circulation, possession, progressive build-up and the current squad. He admitted, "We weren't good today," and knows he needs to recalibrate the roster, the mindset, and the team's intensity. In interviews, he said this defeat would serve as a lesson to create a more cohesive and resilient team. The calendar is packed. The return of La Liga, the Champions League campaign, and the historic clash with Barcelona. Without Bellingham until at least October, tension will be high. The preseason has turned into a proving ground. Results, performance, and emotional control will decide whether Alonso retains trust or faces an early dismissal. At the Bernabeu, impatience is tradition. Early slip-ups will be viewed as signs of failure. On the other side, PSG is reborn. Under Luis Enrique and fueled by collective synergy, their individual talents found balance. Having won both the Champions League and the Club World Cup, the club reinforces the idea that the post-Mbappe revolution worked. El Khelaifi's message isn't just a jab, it's a powerful narrative, losing the genius, gaining the team. If that is the new model in modern football, Real Madrid must learn quickly. The 2024-25 campaign legacy, Spanish Super Cup, Intercontinental Cup, Copa del Rey final, and runners-up in both La Liga and Copa shows promise and flaws in equal measure. The upcoming season will be a tipping point. If Alonso fails to deliver cohesion, defensive solidity, and consistent performances from Mbappe and Vinicius, the club's leadership will not hesitate to act decisively. For Madridistas, the emotional pendulum swings between faith in Xabi's project and the trauma of the 4-0 defeat. The restructuring project is necessary but costly in credibility. In Madrid, fans dream of a tactically solid, personality-driven team ready to dominate Europe. But achieving that will require courage to dismantle what doesn't work, boldness to try new ideas, and patience to accept short-term struggles, something rare in a club where only victories are permanent.